You know Ricky's going to be roaming this tri-lane up at top. Is going to be against a dual lane. Ricky doesn't really offer you any defensive or offensive capabilities in a 3v3, especially at level 1.
They hit the stomp?
Psionics, the right crush into it as well. There's no Sunstrike or anything coming through. The right click's barely going to be enough as that tree was placed to try and block the vision. Now they turn it back around. Ling chasing in, but there's no damage output really from them. The dust comes through, and Ling, he's caught as well. The Ricky taken out a 2 for nothing. There's Mineski. Off to a great start already, and we wanted Taring to, try and snowball out of the laning stage to at least make this draft work in the first 10 minutes, but it's not great.
Very close to getting that kill.
They're going to dive the tower though. This sprint forward from Raging Potato with a crush on Drow, just catching the cast is good. Bouncing between the two and the Maledict onto Slaughter as well, but this stomp just catching on the edge onto Psionics.
CM frostbit the wrong one though.
Oh, they don't have a Sunstrike just yet, but the right click damage is going to be enough. They get the Slaughter first, and now they turn back onto cast. The Ricky sweeps on through, and that Sunstrike doesn't do a damn thing, while YamateH's Doom is actually rotated up towards top. Jules chased down the Infernal Blade, will slow a little bit with the mini-stun there as well, and Jules, they've lost their aggressive tri-lane here to the rotations in from Taring. Can they catch this final kill with the Scorched Earth? They can. And that's something for them.
Yeah, they had to dive too far. The Frostbite didn't go on the Drow that they were trying to chase, so I think they kind of gave up chasing, or the CM had given up chasing, was like, oh, just Frostbite someone else, and it ends up dead. I don't think it was really so much an overextension, it was just more poorly executed.
Yeah.
Dive more than anything. Diving is the right approach from Mineski.
Oh, nice sentry placement here though, catches Ling, and they should be able to follow this through with a good chain stun in, but guess who's here? It's Roddgee. The Fairy Fires keep Ricky alive a little bit longer. In fact, he's just about going to die, but Raging Potato will lose his life to the hasted Templar Assassin who keeps on chasing through. The Frostbite will hold her down, but Cast, there's no way you're escaping out of this unless the ET can stomp and hold them out for a little bit longer. Cast has the salve. Taring cannot continue fighting through that one, but this has bought a little bit of time for Invoker to farm freely mid now.
Yep. Nice rotation. The Mineski dive and now a TA rotation top have made things a lot more even here in the early game. Slada with 2
requiring kills on the Slada?
No, I think it's just... I don't know why they would decide not to use the Sunstrikes. Even if you can get the kill without it, it's worth it just for, so one, the Invoker can get it because he's going to snowball more.
Oh, Ravage into Sunstrike.
There we go.
There's the combo.
And you want, because then you've got the heroes around getting involved in the kill, the money, getting the XP and all that, and then you've got the Invoker mid benefiting. So more heroes on the map benefit if you use
Face of Ben-Hur.
Double
trap.
They've smoked mid looking for the TA kill.
They got revealed though. We'll stomp her down. The dust over onto Jules. There's no meld hiding here, and there's no refractor for 3 seconds time. She might be able to bottle through this, but the damage finally through. Then here is Ling. Blinks forward. The Cast bounces back onto Jules. They'll find a counter kill here if Ling wants to try and turn a fight, but the Frostbite was perfect. Cast.
A bit unlucky the Cast didn't bounce back to that ET. It bounced to the Invoker instead. It was kind of a 50-50 shot, but luck favors Mineski and they get the extra stomp off to trade 1-for-1 after.
Midas at the ready. As the scan from the Radiant comes through, maybe looking for that Ricky rotation back down towards middle.
They're slightly off in the smoke.
So they have the dust, they've got the sentry. Ling is spotted. There's the Nova. That smoke screen's not going to do anything to save him. The Sunstrike will land just on his head, and the Frostbite helps, but Roddgee has returned. Cast is dropping low with the Doom on Bokerino. There's no Ravage. They've killed off one with the Maiden dropping, but that's a good crush back onto the TA. The trouble is the Tide has died. And they've caught the Jules in the trap as well. This stomp will not connect, and Taring with a great TP in and another haste rune for the TA.
And keys to fighting for Taring if they ever want to win a fight is just Doom the Tide. Don't let him use Ravage, don't let him use Anchor Smash. You've got so much physical damage. Get that Ravage off if you want to take that fight in Mineski's position. And it turns out the Ricky with the smoke screen and then into the Gust, just the silence was too much for Tide to get a Ravage off, and then Doom comes in. It's all over. Oh, Roddgee, that's deep.
What have you done? Ravage into Sunstrike again. Not sure what he was aiming for there.
That was almost just like Box saying like, screw you guys. Didn't even need to use the Ravage, I don't think, but he just wanted to make sure.
And now, Maledict Cast only onto one. This Tide Hunter with impunity walks forward, but now the Death Ward out from Ice has hit this level 6. The Fairy Fire will not keep you alive through that one. The turn back. Psionics wants Cast's Crystal Maiden.
Yeah. They're making up for the kind of lack of early game, like lack of catch maybe from their lineup by just getting more damage. The Death.
That stomp perfectly placed onto 2. The Sunstrike is not going to clip onto them. Misplaced there from Ben-Hur. And Jules is maybe in a spot above the now. The smoke screen Don't keep him held in place. Yamate runs forward onto Raging Potato. A couple hits is all they need onto him. They're going to try and look for both, but they're not going to get even one. Yamate now trapped under the tower, taking all the damage with a stomp onto him. They'll let the tower hit through, and Bok comes in. Secure that one and allow the double kill to come through.
I mean, the end result makes it look like amazing play from Mineski, but I think it was really just sloppy sides from both sides. Yes, Mineski knew what they were doing though. I'm sure that's where you say calculated.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In Benhur mid, this is a death ward gank from Witch Doctor.
Heals himself up through it.
He's okay, yeah.
Ooh, that freezing field from Crystal Maiden. Gets them to kill back with the ET helping out. Yamate even might get chased down here, but Raging Potato not going to go diving in too deep.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Kept this Invoker alive. Close the gap onto Drow range. You definitely need that one up on side.
Yeah. We'll see what Slider does. He's not committed to the Vanguard just yet.
It's like a thrift shop, honestly. It's like Ring of Health, Belt of Strength, Brown Boots, Magic
It's like, I'll get Treads. No, I won't. I'll get Vanguard. No, I won't.
Bit of this, bit of that, but there's the jump. The blink around to the front strike as well. Roddgee caught and the meld will not save you. The Iron Cannon from up on high. Ben-Hur, again, with tons of money saved up and pushing into tier 2 mid.
Yeah, Ben-Hur's having a big game. But it
he's got
picks up the stuff right now. It could be a Yules because he's got the win lace, but
maybe so.
I like the idea of 4-star a lot better, just because it saves your team.
If you get doomed up as well, you know, you just force them away as there we go in onto Bok. They've caught the Tide with the Doom and the smoke screen, and that is one dead Tide Hunter, but can they actually convert this into a push?
I mean, he's just out in no man's land against a team that has, I guess he doesn't know about the blinked on the Doom, but even so, it's
The TP of the Invoker coming in.
They see him.
They jump on, and there's the Doom with a smoke onto him as well. The damage output looks good, but here comes the Earthsplitter with a stomp, landing onto the TA. No, he doesn't complete it, and now Ben-Hur chased back into the trees. Jukes and Joves back and forth with the DPS. There's the Meld Strike, finishes him off, and Templar Assassin looks for Bok as well. Down they go, 2 for nothing. Mineski caught off guard, and Raging Potato slithers himself towards mid lane.
I mean, Mineski, it looked like it was going to be really bad because it was 4v5, but forgot Invoker does have boots of travel, so he TPs in, but he just gets immediately taken out. And again, it's the story of whether or not Tide gets doomed, and for the 3rd time in a row, we see Tide getting
Invoker at 22.5 minutes, though. Full exhaust as well. A lot of damage coming out of this lad. Ben-Hur, alacrity.
TA has a double damage if they wanted to defend this.
Very far forward. This Crystal Maiden's going in on Yamate, but a couple of swipes out. There we go. 1-hit kill taken out of the game.
A bit early on the BKB, and that's okay sacrifice for Mineski if they want to regroup.
They've spotted them out with the trap, though. They know they're coming in there. It's the blink gravity. The BKB from Drow Ranger Psionic keeps the Drow alive as Bok is turned on. They don't need to use the Doom now onto the Tide. They can choose a different target. They just right-click him down. The mech is there. The Tornado doesn't catch anyone. Tide is left dead alone. The rest of Mineski try, tail between legs, to retreat themselves away, but Raging Potato, the TP's there. They've got no vision. They can't actually see him.
Mineski's in a world of trouble now. You look at kind of how this game's developed. The next 10, 15 minutes, we're not dropping frames. No, we're good. They were
earlier on. That's like a
that's like 0.01% of frames. Well, yeah. This I don't know. I think Mineski have more than anything just played really badly. Yeah.
Well, go away predictions. We don't want you.
I mean, to give Taring credit, they've recognized how to
abuse Mineski.
Yeah, and how to really punish them. They punish these mistakes tremendously, and they've recognized the big threat of the Tide. They're not going to take any fight where they're getting initiated on by a Slider and Tide can fold up with a Ravage. They're always prioritizing dooming him, in that case smoke screen plus a TA, bursting him down at the start, and they've done it to great effect.
This has allowed them to get themselves a 5,000 net worth lead. 12,000 experience lead though. They've just like skyrocketed ahead in this game as...
They may just go high ground here. With Deso they push very fast. They've got a lot of stocked up cash, so they haven't really...
And say, right, my actual damage output here is not going to do too much while these guys have the Black King bars up.
Oh, they're chasing and tracking Ben-Hur. Doesn't walk in... Okay, walking to the Sentry Ward now. I believe he just saw Ling. Oh, too late though.
Ravage comes through onto 2, and Ben-Hur still doomed up, turns to right click Yamate, but he's got a BKB of his own. Drow Ranger focuses down one after the other, looking for cast now. They've got the reveal and they've got the kill. In the meantime, Raging Potato on the back end. He's 1 versus 3. He's all alone again, completely separated from the rest of his team. No cohesion here from Mineski. They're just scattered to the wind.
And as far as fights go, that's probably one of like the better ones from Mineski. It's still a one team fight for Taring, but for Mineski, it's again weather the storm that is this second Aegis, and try and
defend this tier 2 though. Elder Titan, one of the better heroes at kind of holding out these aggressive pushes, just spamming out Spirit and Stomp and slowing us down as Ling has gone in from the east, scouting out this Slardar, but it's the turn. They've seen him instead. The Doom now onto the Tidehunter. The Cape comes through and the trap is slow, but a great tornado from Ben-Hur will stop the TA and Drow Ranger from chasing in too deep in the ice wall. Captures a few. Raging Potato dropping low already. The TA just splashes through 1 and 2 cast. He's going to get swiped down again. Roddgee clears up 3. And Mineski, they thought they could defend the tier 2 easily. They got the Ricky, but the chasing power here of Taring is just way too strong.
CM made a mistake used to the mid-game team fights, but I don't even think you can just blame him for it. I feel like Mineski as a whole did not play as a team.
And Drow had Aegis and Cheese. Pops the Cheese, still have a second life. The full base of racks all gone. Jump forward, Ice is caught by the Slardar, but that's not the best target you want to go for, as Ling's Ricky chases him down as well, but on the back end, it's the Tidehunter getting ripped to shreds. The final hit, the splash damage is going to be there. No, Ben-Hur turns back. So Roddgee doesn't get the final kill in, but Raging Potato 1v3, the Meteor, finally, there's the DPS they needed. TA taking out the game, the Raven catches illusions. Bog does not have...
And it's mega creeps, it's game over. Mineski are just perhaps being a bit stubborn, or just like, we can still do this. No, they're probably just not talking right now, and nobody wants to be the guy on the team who says, I think we call GG, but there's no way they win this. If anything, like if I'm the coach on this team, I would be really pissed off about how this game went, because this is not the Mineski that we've seen in the past with how they played.
No synergy, no real cohesion. Everyone kind of had a game plan of their own. While Taring somehow came out of this draft, you know, looking pretty dogged and not too great, but they have pulled themselves together. They've been tight as a unit, very, very well played by them. It's just been one direct game plan. They knew what they wanted to do. They took Roshans when they needed to. The Templar Assassin has been an absolute cause of pain and distress here from Mineski as Ricky. You know, Ling has had a pretty good game. Chases down Jules, looking for that final kill, but his ultimate will not finish that one off. And now he might be in a little bit of trouble, except he's got a blink dagger to get himself into the trees.
TP, but no problem. And there we go. And they, I feel like again it was that nobody wants to be the guy who.
So Jules is just like, you know what, guys?
I don't know if he asked his team or just like decided, but that's one of those things where sometimes the captain just decide. If you're the captain, like you can just call it if it's over, and you don't even need to tell your team. Just call GG and then discuss with your team what went wrong. But I mean, the fact nobody called GG and then